Hey everyone, welcome back to Friendship Shaving. I'm your host Mark and it's great to be here today. I've got a fantastic razor to share with you today, one that I've been really enjoying. And do you remember we had a giveaway, and I'm going to announce the winner straight away for the Hype X1, the full set. And our lucky winner was Chris Garrett. So Chris, many congratulations. Thank you everyone for taking part. Chris, I'll put my email address in the description to this video. If you get in touch with me, I'll arrange to have that sent to you. Now, today's razor, guys, is one that's been around for a little while, but I haven't had it in my den until recently. Very pleased to have this. It's a fantastic shave. It's the iKon OG1. I'll put a blade in it and I will show you it very shortly. The blade I'm using today is a Gememe blue blade. It is a blade that is made in China. It says on the packet it is a Super Platinum blade. So we'll be giving that a try. I've never used one of these before. Be interesting to see how they do. The brush I'm using today is a Phoenix Shaving Solar Flare. And you can see that I have some soap on that. And that is Barrister & Mann's Nordost. A lovely little sample that I had. And I've just used the last of that up now. You can see I've matched the handle to the label of the sample, kind of. Oh, the trouble I go to. Let me show you this, guys. This is a shaving towel. I got a pack of 3 for Christmas off my sister. Fantastic these are. Really good size to shave with. Now the razor is terrific. If I show you the head cap first, it's got covered ends which are really, really nice. Pop the blade in very carefully. And the OG1 is a dual headed razor. We'll just screw the handle on and then I'll be able to show you. So the open comb is the more aggressive side of the razor, and the teeth or the tangs are quite widely spaced. And then there is a closed guard, which is the milder side of the razor. And I've been shaving with the aggressive side on the first pass and the milder side on the next 2 passes. Let's get going, shall we? Now the soap from Barrister & Mann is a seasonal soap apparently, not available all the year round. The scent is glorious. It is a smoked orange scent, and apparently orange essential oils are notoriously difficult to work with. They don't retain the scent very well, but this one really does. It's a beautifully scented soap. Oh, it's absolutely glorious, guys. It's a real fresh orange with a little touch of smokiness behind it. The brush I'm using, this Solar Flare, is a super soft brush. From Phoenix Shaving, PAA. Do you know their brushes They are really well made at a really good price. I've been looking around at brushes lately, but that's a good one. Now the iKon razor, as I say, it's been around a while. And while this is a more aggressive shave on the open comb side, I find it to be a smooth shave. It's very effective for me. And I've just been having some excellent shaves with it. It's becoming one of my favourite razors, I think. And on the iKon website, it didn't give much information about the razor itself. So I've kind of picked that information up from other sites. Apparently the head, the guard plate and the head cap is a hybrid aluminium material. It is reasonably weighty. As soon as I read that, I thought, well, it's not a lightweight head, but it's very nice, and it comes with an 85mm handle, and the handle is stainless steel. It goes very well with the head. It's a nicely balanced razor. There's a balance point, it's just about there, so it sits very nicely. And it's not an expensive razor, coming in at 55 American dollars on the iKon website. There is a sale on, so that was reduced to 45 American dollars, which I think is really good value. I have seen it for sale on a couple of UK sites. And you can buy the head on its own for £25. But there is something just to be aware of. The post on the head is very long indeed. Now I put an above the tie handle on here, and it didn't fit because the post is so long. I had to put 2 washers in here to get a different handle to fit, so it maybe is worthwhile buying this handle with it, a bulldog type handle. Very nice first pass, guys. Very effective on that first pass. Oh, I like this brush. I haven't used this brush for ages. The knot is a synthetic, it's super soft. And even though I've bowl lathered today, and with the last of that soap, I kind of can't help but splay this knot. It is absolutely great. I'm just going to add a drop of water to this lather and smooth it out a little bit. Wonderful. Really wonderful. Now we're going to the closed guard, which I find very comfortable. Got my new shaving towel draped in the water there. Now there is no blade feel on here for the second pass. Make sure that's tightened up. It really is mild on this side of the razor, so you've got a nice bit of aggression and a little bit of blade feel on the one side, but it is very smooth. And then a very, very mild razor on the other side. A mild shave on the other side of the razor. In fact, I can't feel the blade at the moment. But getting the angle right, you can hear that it's taking the hair off. I'll show you something interesting, or at least I find it interesting. I don't know if it's a design fault or not, but if I loosen the handle, I can move the head slightly. You can maybe see it best on the open comb side there. So if I move the guard that way, it is going to make it perhaps a little more aggressive. If I move it that way, it's going to be a little less aggressive that side, but a little more aggressive on the milder side of the razor. As I say, I don't know if that is purposely designed that way, but it does give you some options, and I quite enjoyed playing around with that actually. It seems to move very evenly. Let's have a bit more soap out of my bowl. And you can maybe see, because this splays so well, I'm getting a little bit of flow through onto the handle of the brush. You just might want to be careful if that happens on a brush you're using. I was using a little brush the other day and it shot off across the bathroom because my hands were slippy. It doesn't happen very often, but let's just say I'm glad that I closed the toilet seat. It was one of those moments. So I'm going to use this against the grain with that slight adjustment, and I can just feel the blade now, and it's still very comfortable. That's a kind of nice angle for me to shave at, rather than just going obviously against the grain, which with this razor is no problem. But hitting it at that more diagonal angle is feels very comfortable. Now you can see I'm being quite careful with the razor, and that's not because I think I'm going to cut myself, but I just want to make sure with this milder side of the blade that I'm picking up all the hair that needs shaving. And in fact, generally, I do like to shave in a quite a sort of slow manner. I find it quite relaxing. Very nice. Very nice soap. Do you know, guys, my face feels so hydrated and moisturised with this soap. And I haven't had a rinse yet, but it's really very nice. Just going to get a little bit there. I'm going to swap back to the more aggressive side, but because I've removed that guard, that's a little less aggressive. And if you're interested in how this compares to other razors, just popping the blade in as standard and tightening the handle down without any movement of the guard. I compared it over the holiday period to my Rockwell 6C, and I found that the more aggressive guard was identical, in my opinion, to the number 5, and the less aggressive guard was identical to the number 2 on the Rockwell 6C. And in fact, I've got the heads still out. I haven't put them away yet, so that will give you some idea of how they compare. And I'm going to try and do that with all my razors over this year, just to build up a little bit of a comparison chart. And I figured if I used the 6C, which I get asked about quite a lot, I get asked with various razors, how does it compare to the Rockwell 6C or 6S? Well, I have the 6C, so that's the one I'm going to be using, but there will be some crossover. But guys, the iKon OG1, I think that's a really nice razor. Very comfortable in the hand. I couldn't find the weight of it. I must really get some digital scales this year. A very nice shave indeed. I'm like, oh, I'm that close to being BBS. That's a really nice shave for me. I'm going to use my Avon Care again, and this is the sensitive. I didn't realise last time I used it on video. They do another one. Do you know, this is aftershave balm and moisturiser. It's one of the best products that I've used. Now Now I looked online, it costs about £2 or something very inexpensive like that. They do another one which has a little bit of a scent to it. But I've just been using this every morning just as a moisturiser. So obviously, with it being the sensitive, we don't get much of a scent. I did say when I used it last time, it smells a bit generic, smells like cream. Well, that's why it's the sensitive. But what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to add a little squirt of Blue Stratos. Most of that I think went over my specs, and that is my shave for today. Thanks very much for joining me. And just before I go, Chris Garrett, congratulations. Please get in touch, sir. We'll get that sent off for you. Take good care, guys. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.